Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I have a message for Sagittarius today, and to let you know how this works, I have asked my guides and spirit to bring a message through the cards that will be positive as well as beneficial for you this week. So, if you are new to this channel, I'm so glad to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. And I encourage you to subscribe so that you can stay in contact with this high vibration information from the other side every week. And if you're returning, I really appreciate your support and thank you for sharing your time and energy as we navigate this journey together. So let's get straight into your reading. Sagittarius, you've got the travel bug going on. Definitely. That's the superficial reading. I know there's deeper, but the energy the universe gives to you, we've got the Eight of Wands, which in again, like I was saying, superficial readings might say, oh, travel is ahead of you. And then you respond with the Three of Wands, which is a second travel card. So let's talk about for a second what this really means deeply for you. The universe presents some new opportunities to contemplate, to think about, oh, these are new directions I could go. So it takes you on a journey away from what's known, but it's something that's very kind of long term, thinking about where, it's a longer vision. It's a project that's kind of way off, or an energy that comes to you, or a situation that's way off, but you're starting to sow the seeds now. And she's blowing these like dandelion fluff little flowers out, and these foxes are watching her. So it's like you've got the germination, the seed of the project or the idea or the situation where you want to be. You've got that right in your hands, and you're just kind of putting it out, and the universe is responding by taking that somewhere, and you're not exactly sure where those seeds are going to land or even what the flowers are going to look like when they come up, but you're in this kind of, I want to say, a vision type of situation. Now, you're responding with Three of Wands, which is a good indication. You're trusting that, yeah, okay, this could take us someplace. You're really trusting the process. You're trusting the universe. All of that is very good. But there's a limitation with how far you feel you want to take it, or how far you think you could take it. So this is an 8. This is presenting infinity, and yet you're taking it to 3, which right now, 3, it feels like pillars. It feels finite. So there's more depth, there's more possibility in front of you. And this is really about allowing yourself to expand and allowing yourself to think much bigger than even what you're thinking, right? So let's keep going with the cards. We've got the Emperor, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and we've got the King of Pentacles. So it's almost like you've got these two different concepts, or these two different energies, and they're presenting you with something to think about. And then you've got this, the King of Swords, which eventually you're like, okay, I'm going to consider this. So the important thing is that you really get your thoughts right, because the thoughts are what galvanize the journey. Thoughts being air, and then wands being fire. And what makes fire hot, what makes fire travel, is air, right? You have to blow on fire to get it started. I know it needs something to burn. It needs some kind of earth, like logs or something. But the idea is that the air is going to galvanize that. So your thoughts really have to be right. So let's see what these two cards here, the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, and this Emperor are trying to get you to see. Now, what I was drawn to, do you see they're both holding something, but they're holding something very differently. The Emperor is holding something like this is mine. It belongs to me. I've created it. I know exactly what it is. It's actually hard to see, especially over this camera, but it's a dragon egg. He's holding on to this possibility of power and growth, but it's contained and it's all on his terms. So it's interesting because a seed and an egg are very similar. It's the beginning of a small organism, right? And it's almost like a seed is like an egg for a plant, or an egg is like a seed for a mammal or a reptile. But it's that same idea. But the thing is this Emperor is saying, but I know everything that's in this seed. I've got it all contained. I know what it looks like. I know what it smells like. I know what it feels like. And here it is. So you've got that. That's your known world. But then the Queen of Pentacles, she's holding something very different. I don't know if this is cooperating with me, sort of. She's holding, it looks like a plant inside of some kind of globe, whether it's like a snow globe or just like a globe of energy, but she's holding it this way. She's almost like offering it to you. She's offering you a gift versus like, here's what it is. I'm holding it onto it. It's mine. So this is that feminine nurturing energy, like offering you a gift and saying, here, this is what this could be. And look at her power with all of her growth just emanating out of her. And keep in mind, she's holding a plant. We were sowing seeds. You see where I'm going with this. So the Queen of Pentacles is saying, okay, here's a gift. And this is also a message to you, is what you're asking for, is what you're seeing the true expression of your full gift, or is it limited? So let's go back to here. Is it this kind of expression where, yeah, you're trusting it, but only so far? Or this where you're really bravely saying, you know what, I'm blowing it out there. Where it lands, and that's great. Where it takes root, it takes root. Are you really putting that full gift out there? So the other thing to take away from this is that this opportunity is a gift. This chance to grow and this chance to put those seeds out there is a gift from the universe. We don't really get to, like I said, we don't see where the seeds land. We don't see what the plant looks like. We don't know any of that. But it's kind of this idea of this versus, this guy is going to hold on to that dragon as a source of power. I'm not sure that dragon's ever going to be able to hatch, because once something hatches, you kind of lose the potential of what it is. I can see this in a physics equation. I'll see if I can put it not in so nerdy terms, but there's two kinds of energy. We have potential and we have energy that's in motion. And on the other side of this is a finite amount of energy. So the more potential energy I have, the less energy in motion. The more energy in motion I have, the less potential. The king only wants the potential. the emperor only wants the potential because that's the biggest amount of control you have. It's not in motion yet. It's not moving. It's all contained. So he's never going to let that dragon's egg explode. And he's never going to let it grow. Whereas she's like, here it is. It's given to you. This is a gift. You can do with it what you want. It will grow for you if you allow it to. But here it is. So, and then here's you thinking about it. And let's talk about how you're going to think about it. Because this needs to be thought, this needs to be approached in a less emotional way, in a less passionate way. We already know that your passion's involved. That's a given. But you really need to sit and think very objectively and very cool-headedly about where things could lead, where things could go, without any kind of attachment to who you might be working with, what you might be seeing, how it might be growing. He just kind of looks at everything and he's strategizing. I want to use the word scheming, but he's thinking about what is in line with my truth. It's got the sword of truth. Sounds like something from a movie, but he's got the sword and there's an owl sitting on the top. He's got the sword of truth and wisdom. So it's like, what path has the most truth for me? What can I expand my mind to allow the most truth in? And the King of Swords is also his eyes are everywhere. His vision is very far. He looks far beyond even where these are going. So this is really expanding that perspective of yours and allowing yourself to see much bigger than where you are seeing. Let me just see if there's anything else they want me to say. There's like a million ravens on this card. There's the obvious ones here, but then there's also like ghostly ones back here. So this is looking in so many different dimensions and so many different perspectives than just the here and now, than just the emperor. This is my immediate world that I understand and I can control. This is reaching so much farther than that. And the implications of this and the expansion of your soul are so much bigger than the here and now. This is also a week to not be too impulsive and rash about your actions, to really get your thoughts aligned and focused in one way. So focused so that they're as tall and strong as this sword. So if you think of your thoughts as little atoms or molecules of metal, I don't know why I'm so sciencey today, but little atoms or molecules of metal, and the more that you accumulate, the more that harmonize together, that resonate together, the quicker you build this sword. That's what we're talking about. This is getting your mind lined up before you try to do anything. So if you've got questions about this, please reach out in the comments below. Oh, they're saying there's one more thing. Go back to the Queen of Pentacles. I hope you're still with me. So let me go back here. Okay, what is it that you want me to see? Again, we're looking for growth potential. There's a tiny little butterfly wing. I've never really seen it before. It's a butterfly wing pattern in the side of her tree. We're looking for the directions of growth and transformation, and acknowledge that your gifts were given to you so that you could not only grow and transform yourself, but help others grow and transform. So that is a huge, huge message in the nurturing of yourself and others. Okay, that's that I'm done. So as always, I love to hear from you. So if you want to reach out in the comments below, that's awesome. If you're looking for one-on-one guidance, I do offer tarot readings over Zoom. Intuitive readings, not just tarot, but intuitive readings over Zoom. You can find out more at trueguidancetarot.com or email me in the description. I'm also thinking of offering some holiday, like survive the holiday relationship readings so that we can be our best selves with those around us. If that's interesting to you, just reach out. Happy to talk to you about it, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Have a happy Thanksgiving.